I'm Slate, this is Turpentine E.O.I, your channel for living documentaries, and this is Porn Stars and Politicians. In this video, we're going to be talking about why, some of the theory behind my research, and the purpose and intent of this project. Why porn stars and politicians? I get asked this question all the time, particularly by my mother when I just go back to hero constructions. It's the same thing, Mom, I promise. Kind of. Anyway, why porn stars and politicians? Because they're two demographics that not only are heavily scrutinized by their morality, but as well as they're something that we all kind of buy into one level or another. And by that I mean our projection of their morality and or purpose. So the stereotypes or the single narratives that go behind politicians are they're all dirty crooks, and that porn stars are all immoral people, immoral or amoral people, and that creates a stereotype that doesn't necessarily talk to the values or the person themselves. So the project itself stems around you listening to this person's life story or their values and things they care about, void of their persona. So you have to listen to a person telling you how they feel and how they experience life and why they do what they do without knowing who they are. And it's a humanizing experience. I'm trying to make people again, and not necessarily the media rhetoric that gets bounced around so often. And by doing that, I am hoping to engage people in a space where they can be critical of their own analysis and be knowledgeable about what they put out into the world. So in my research, I'm going to be stemming a lot of it from the works of symbolic interactionism, semiotics, iconography, and media literacy. The intention of this project is to engage people in the space where they have to listen to someone as if they're listening to a dialogue on a one-on-one basis and have a humanizing experience so that we ourselves don't get so caught up in the labels that we use. It's too easy for people to say the right does this or the left does that and make associations that completely polarize us. And those things happen both in the argument of trying to having people understand, sexual or ideological fluidity, political fluidity, or political reality. The purpose of this work in the light of sustainability is to make people more critical about our analysis of social media and personas, as well as the information that we put back out into the world. Of course, we're always going to categorize things as part of our development, as part of how we understand the world, but being critical about the evolution of those things is something that can make the world much more sustainable. We get too rigid in our own time. People don't want to transform their language and speech because they feel like there's parts of themselves that are being taken or abstracted. But we're evolving people and evolving society, and with social media and bombarding ourselves with constant information and understanding more and more how complex the world is, I find that it's even more important that we can create a rubric in which we ourselves can be critical of our social analysis in relationship to media and iconography and the use of semiotics. So all that being said, my intention of this project, if I did not already say it, is to, by going through this process of listening to people's narratives and stories, you're able to humanize people, a process that hopefully most of us have had the privilege of having as a conversation with someone and seeing them for their value as an individual, but also realizing that there's several roles that we play in society. Everyone wears many hats. I'm a big brother, I'm a student, hopefully not for too much longer, and I'm a documentarian. I'm a martial arts teacher. I'm Slater. So that's all these different terms mean different things to different people. Now, the intention of this project is to have you be able to self-analyze the stories that you're going to hear from people void of their persona, you know that it's either a porn star or a politician. And there's already all of those thoughts in your mind that associate with those people. But what you're going to hear either relates directly to the work that they do or something that they're passionate about. And by listening to that and then commenting about it, you kind of get to enter a kind of dialogue with that individual that hopefully you can be more reflective upon once you find out that person's persona. So once you hear someone like Sarah J say, these are the things I'm passionate about, these are the things I care about, you might be able to remove yourself from knowing what her occupation is and really looking at her more as an individual, and making practices in which we engage the person individually is critical for our advancement in whatever society you work in, and not to be able to just demonize another people or societies or groups. And that's my add to cultural sustainability. That's my move. That's what I'm doing. See ya.